One of the most valuable tools we have for growing and developing and getting better is feedback. But I'm willing to bet that you aren't actually giving people feedback and you aren't receiving it either. And when I say that, I don't mean that you don't think that you're giving feedback or other people don't feel like they're giving you feedback. I mean, we're doing it wrong. Most of the time, what we're doing is something that isn't feedback at all. It's instruction or judgment or advice, and none of those is feedback. Feedback is something super special. It's information about how one person's behavior impacts another person. And it's so rare. Feedback is super important because it helps us build our self-awareness. And while 95% of people report being self-aware, yeah, I'm good, only 10 to 15% of people actually are aware of how their behavior impacts others. So we need that information about our impact, not just what we intend when we behave a certain way. So that's what's really important about feedback. Okay, so let's just go through what exactly are the pieces of feedback. Well, the pieces of feedback are to share the person's behavior, how that behavior impacted you, and then I think great feedback actually then has a question to open up the conversation so that you can understand how they experienced it. So what we're doing in great feedback is we're actually sharing our truths with one another. So when you share that someone's behavior had a certain impact on you, you're sharing your truth, not the truth, but just, when you put 6 slides of text in a row in your presentation, I found myself looking out the window and losing focus. So that doesn't mean that their presentation wasn't good. It just means that you didn't love their text-based style. So you've handed them your truth. The text-based style kind of lost my attention. When we ask a question at the end of a piece of feedback, so how were you thinking of the structure of your presentation, or how might you make things more engaging? What we do is we hand the piece of feedback over to the other person and we let them share with us their truth. Maybe I played with images, but I really wanted to just get through this section really quickly so I had maximum time for the section later. Maybe there's a reason why they did that. Or we have a chance for them to say, I really was so focused on the content that I didn't think about, what it would look like to receive it. I'm too close to it. It's so helpful that you shared with me that was the impact it had on you. So great feedback where we help someone understand the impact of their behavior on us is super valuable because most of us are not very self-aware. 95% of people claim to be self-aware, but research reported by Tasha Eurich says that only about 10 to 15% of us actually are aware of how our behavior lands with someone else. So one of the greatest things that we can do is to share openly, to be candid about the impact of someone's behavior on us, or to ask about the impact of our behavior on someone else. When we get this feedback, this information, this truth about the impact of our behavior, we can make so much better decisions in the future.